Jinger Duggar shares rare bump update photo ahead of baby No. 3's due date. Jinger Duggar grew up starring in reality TV shows. As an adult, she has also written multiple books offering an honest look at her upbringing and the cult-like when it comes to her pregnancies. She has kept details to herself. But recently, Jinger Duggar shared a rare bump photo ahead of baby No. 3's due date. For those who lost track of the 19 Duggar kids, Jinger, 31, married Jeremy Bulow, 37, in 2016. They welcomed their first daughter, Felicity, in 2018, followed by another daughter, Evangeline, in 2020. Currently, the Counting On star is pregnant with their third child, a boy. Jinger Duggar posted a rare bump photo in February 2025. On February 2, Jinger took to her Instagram grid with a photo showing off her baby bump. The post included pictures from a wedding that she and Jeremy attended, but the featured image was a bathroom selfie of her resting her hand on her bump while wearing a black patterned dress and black high-heeled boots. Although Jinger didn't include a caption, she indicated the wedding was in Hollywood, California. Jinger's followers couldn't help but point out her pregnancy glow in the comments. One person declared, "You look so beautiful, mama." Another Instagram user wrote, "Congrats to the new couple and you sparkle, Jing." Someone else admitted, "I literally forgot you were pregnant." When is Jinger Duggar's due date? In October, Jinger and Jeremy announced the pregnancy in an exclusive interview with People. They also revealed that baby No. 3 was due in March 2025. "We're super excited," Jinger told People. The expecting mom said she was also thrilled not to be pregnant during the summer months this time around. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Helen. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. I'm actually all about it, especially in the heat the past few days. I think I'm not super big pregnant and so I'm not having to worry about the extra heat. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be such an awesome thing to go through pregnancy, not in the summer. After Jinger took a blood test to determine the sex of their third baby, she had the results emailed to her sister, Jessa. Jessa then sent Jinger and Jeremy a package with a baby outfit and they recorded themselves opening clothing for a baby boy. It was so sweet because Jeremy and I were able to find out just the two of us together, and we opened up the little outfit and got to find out what the baby was. Jinger said in a January 13 YouTube video. Big sister Felicity, 6, got to be the one to tell Jinger's supersized family that she's getting a baby brother. At the family Christmas gathering, Jinger and Jeremy spilled the news to Felicity privately. She then announced, "Boy," to her aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents. Hopefully, Jinger's last few weeks of pregnancy go smoothly before baby No. 3 arrives. Jinger Duggar Vulo says teachings from her former church instilled belief she wasn't enough. It's drilled into you. Jinger Duggar Vulo is reflecting on the hard parts of her upbringing. The Counting On alum, 31, was raised in the controversial ultra-Christian organization, the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP. In recent years, Jinger has been outspoken against IBLP's teachings and its minister, Bill Gothard. Reflecting on the impact being an IBLP had on her life, especially with the release of her new book. Jinger now recognizes how it contributed to the false belief she had that she was not enough. I will just say a lot of it started when I was in the teachings of Bill Gothard, because there was so much that was drilled into you through what he said about trying to please your husband, and if you don't, he's going to leave you because you don't have a perfectly clean house, or maybe you don't make the dinner on time, or you're not joyfully available to him at all times. She tells exclusively. It was also focused on, do this, do this, do this, do this, otherwise you're not going to be enough for him. Even having differences, because arguments don't equal rejection, and that's something that I've learned over the years, she says. Jinger credits her husband Jeremy Vulo, with whom she shares 2 daughters and is currently expecting a third child, for having helped me learn that because he's so amazing, she says. When we were first married, he would say, "Where do you want to go to dinner?" And I'd be like, "It's okay, babe. Wherever you want to go is fine," because I could never tell him what I was actually thinking out of fear of. Those teachings kept coming back to mind, just have it all together for him, she explains. He was like, no, this is ridiculous. I want to know who Jinger is. The 19 kids and counting alum continues. He wanted to know who I truly was. He pushed me to be vulnerable. He wanted to hear what I was thinking. Even if he said something that I disagreed with, he was like, tell me what you think, Ginge. I don't care. He said, I want to hear even if we have different opinions. Doing so was something she initially regarded as something that was hard for me to do, she says. It took me years to come to the place where I felt I was actually speaking my mind and able to open up. He was so good about that, and to this day, he just continues to want me to grow, challenge me to be myself, and push me to be my best. Jinger hopes that her new book, People Pleaser, helps others realize their own issues with the matter to aid in their respective journeys to resolve the problem. I think anytime you open up, anytime you share, especially as a people pleaser, you know once it's out there, and you can't take it back, she shares. Some of the stories I share are very raw and are very real. People can take them as they will. In my mind, I was like, okay, I want to be as open and vulnerable as I can be, because that is part of the need that we see. Duggar recalls recreating major relationship milestone with Jeremy Wulo for TLC cameras. Duggar grew up in front of the camera on 19 Kids and Counting, but the process began to change with her now husband, Jeremy Wulo, in the mix. Early days, first meals together, making small talk, the process of getting to know someone can feel a little awkward. But I would say that there's probably not an adequate word for describing the unique kind of awkward it is to go through that whole process with cameras shoved in your faces and someone interrupting you when the conversation is just starting to flow. Jinger, 31, wrote in her latest book, People Pleaser, Breaking Free from the Burden of Imaginary Expectations, out Tuesday, January 14. Jinger referred to filming with her husband as date night on demand, remembering being instructed to repeat some of the same conversation and gestures they'd made in a previous take. Fast forward a few months, and I found myself walking down the staircase in my house toward Jeremy, anticipating that we might be about to make our relationship official. I took each stair carefully, smiling at Jer, butterflies in my stomach, excited to hear what he would say to me when I got to the bottom of the stairs, she continued. Cut. Jinger, go back up the stairs, please. We need to start over to get the shot. Okay. Reflecting on her people-pleasing tendencies, Jinger recalled dutifully walking back up the stairs and meeting Jeremy again. He asked me to be his girlfriend, the sweetest moment, she wrote. And then we got to do it all over again because there was a mic issue. And then we had to do some more takes. And then we had to do cutaways. Jinger first appeared on TV with her family in a 2004 documentary about their daily lives. 19 Kids and Counting debuted on TLC in 2008 and aired until its 2015 cancellation. A spin-off titled Counting On, which focused on Jinger and her sisters Jill and Jessa Duggar, premiered later that year and was canceled in 2021. Jeremy entered the picture in 2015 when he met Jinger during a mission trip. The couple tied the knot 1 year later and shared daughters Felicity, 6, and Evangeline, 4. Jinger announced in October 2024 that she and Jeremy are expecting their third baby. In her book, Jinger confessed that managing the performance expectations of producers and the camera crew felt totally normal for her. It was all I had known since the age of 10, she explained. For Jeremy, for some of my other brothers-in-law, who had joined the family by this point, it was anything but. Jinger credited her husband for helping change her mindset when it comes to her faith. Jinger's parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, raised their children under the conservative beliefs of the Institute and basic life principles, but Jeremy gave his now wife a new perspective. According to Jinger, meeting Jeremy was like a breath of fresh air, but it was also kind of terrifying, she wrote. He was so handsome and so fun and so alive, Jinger continued. Because I was so steeped in the IBLP way of looking at things, I thought it was a potential step into sin to even acknowledge that I was attracted to Jeremy, that I felt my heart tugged in his direction. And once we fell in love, the vibrancy of Jeremy's outlook, faith, and devotion began to crack open a wider world of mercy and grace to me.